Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here with sheepishly long bangs. I like it. I have fabric to show you. I just ordered and received 180 yards. I am expecting a lot of duplicate prints that I've had in the past, but I really needed some more fabric so I can be constantly cutting. And, you know, he showed me some of the bolts that he still has. And even though they're repeats, they're mostly prints that I really like. So I said, just fill me up, sir. And he did. So I'm going to be showing you that. We're going to start with the little stack that I took out for the thumbnail. I opened one box and, you know, almost everything in there. Well, some are not repeats, but a lot of them are. So I won't tell you this is a repeat. This is a repeat. I've had this before. I've had this before. I can tell you if I've never had it before, or at least I don't think I had it. I was going to answer questions while doing this today, but I just discovered that we're going to have a house full of kids in a little bit. So I'm rushing to do this now. Let's just do the fabric. If there's time to chat at the end, I'll let you know. Okay. I won't say that I've had this before, but I've had it before. I really like this print. See, you know, a lot of these prints are prints that I liked. Okay, this one I don't think I've had. Just don't know for sure. Don't think I've had. I've not had this one. And I'm going to put this in the winter Christmas pile that I will be selling later this summer. I'd kind of like to start selling it sooner because I just feel like selling that. Don't think I've had this one. I just don't think so. Can't be positive. I'm not sure if I've had these little stars. I might have, maybe in a different color. My exclusive shoppers are going to recognize a lot of this. But you know what? Sometimes I make some, you know, sets of things. Like I'll have a lot of, you know, 4 fat quarters, and I'll have 5 of those sets in that lot. And they sell out, and they didn't get them. Or I'll just be doing a different combination, because I can't remember all the different things that I cut. I just can't. Let me get more fabric. See, it's weird that he throws something like this in the mix, because, you know, that's Christmassy, I guess. It looks like Christmas trees. But I like this stuff because this is good for fussy cutting, because you get the long strips and you can cut that. So, oh, and I have it in another color. Obviously, he felt like I needed this. It's funny because a lot of times I think, you know, what am I going to do with that? And it'll sell, or I have fun just trying to think of how to move it. Possible not repeat here. Might have had a different color. Now see this, I just showed it to you in blue. I don't think I've ever had it in green. Now I like it when I have a couple colors of the same thing, because that's always fun to, you know, make my, am I seeing something that repeated 3 times? No. To make the, you know, the lots that I make. Did I show you this already? I'm already confused. See, I was looking because we have this in blue, and now we have it in that color. It's not red, it's not brown, it's an in-between. Don't think I've had this. I really don't. Now see, that probably goes good with this. Oh, I like it. I like a lot of things that other people don't like. I like shit like this. It's like crackled. I like that. Okay, some more trees. This isn't like really Christmassy, but I think that would go really, really good with other Christmas prints. Repeats, repeats. This is a repeat. Okay, now this, I absolutely love with this. I don't think I've had this. See, I like little prints like that. Super cool. Ooh. I don't think I've ever had this print in this color. Now, didn't we just see it in like a blue and a cream? Yes, I see. No, I don't know. But it's cool. I love. 2 of the people who will be here today are 2 of my little great nieces. So they will like helping me sort the fabric by color, or sometimes I will sort by print, like if I happen to have a lot of florals or if I happen to have a lot of polka dots. So I think today will probably mostly be by color. Let me get more fabric. More stars. I like that. And this, I know this comes in different colors. I've had it before. You know, when I get that same print in different colors, then I can make sets of those two together. Don't think I've had this little tiny leaf. I like it. Don't think I've had this in this color. No, I've had this. Like swirly things. Don't think I've had that. This I've had. I was hoping for maybe a few more prints that I haven't had, but look, I've had this. I mean, how can I not want this again? It's just so beautiful. This, and then let me skip because I also have it in this color. See? Diagonal plaids. Another one that we just saw in other colors. Love that one. Those tomatoes, they look like tomatoes to me. Let's see if the selvage says anything. No, doesn't say. I wasn't looking at selvages. Sometimes I get some really cool selvages. This I have had, and this too. Now this and this goes together really well. All right, I have to open the other box. I see a couple of new prints in the box, in the second box, and I remember that, you know, he'll send me pictures of just the fabric on the wall, which I post on my blog because I'm always so excited and I want to give you guys a heads up that fabric is on the way, but I don't know what prints. But this time I did highlight 3 of the prints and told him I'll take up to 5 yards of each of those if you come across them, because he won't go looking. They don't have time for that. But I said, if you happen to have them while you're, you know, cutting, I'll take up to 5 yards. And I mean, this might be one of them. I don't know if that necessarily looks like 5 yards, but look it. I'm so happy. I love this so much. Oh, please don't make me keep it forever. Now with those, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know if it's because I would like them for quilts, to make quilt kits, or that I would just like to make some, you know, fat quarter sets, but have a whole shitload of them so I don't sell out. Whatever. I'll think of something. Let me get more. Shit. I just saw this, which I like, but I said, that has to be 5 yards. I just looked at the receipt. I don't think he looked at my picture. I think he just went by the that picture, and I said, I really love these, but I highlighted 3 of them. I have a whole bunch that are 5 yards. That's a little heartbreaking because I'm after a variety of prints. I don't need 5 yards of a whole lot of stuff that I'm not like absolutely in love with. I've had this before. The other things that I picked, only 3, so I guess I won't do that again. But I know that that florally one, I'm pretty sure, is one of them. Let me pull it up so I can remind myself. I'm all flustered now. Since I was looking at my computer, I thought I'd check my flash sale, and I got some more sales, so I took care of that. That's good. But I'm nervous now because I got all kinds of things at 5 yards, and that's not what I wanted at all. And I, you know, clearly sent him a picture of just 3, not like a picture of all the fabrics with, you know, a check mark or something on 3 of them, but just 3. You know, I did that on purpose, but he misunderstood, I guess. And I looked at the receipt again, and there's quite a few 5 yard things. The reason I don't order yardage like that from him is because I can't pick the prints. And I don't want to say, give me 5 yard cuts of, you know, these things, because if I get something I don't like, 5 yards of something I don't like is a lot. And I thought I would try this time. And I said I have picked 3 prints that if you come across, you know, image attached, I would take up to 5 yards of those, but that's not what he understood, so I'm scared. Shall we continue? But yes, that blue one that I showed you is one of the ones that I picked. Oh, let's just hope. I can tell that this box is almost all 5 yards, but I can tell it's 5 yards. Okay, so I didn't pick this, but I can live with this. I can do something with this. So scared. Oh, you know, it's just, it's so hard to plan 5 yards of this. I've had it. I've probably had it enough times. All right, I'm gonna have to be making some kind of quilt kits to move this fabric. And a quilt, obviously. Okay, let me get more. I'm a little bit sickened. I don't mind polka dots, but I like little scattered about tiny polka dots. 5 yards of each of these. At least I like the colors. You know, that would make a nice spring quilt. Oh my God, why didn't he understand what I said? Oh, I was so clear. I'm so clear as to how I explain things because I'm so worried about shit like this happening. 5 yards of this fucking shit. That can probably go with Christmas stuff. 5 yards of this. I don't hate it, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted a variety of prints. I want a whole bunch of prints. I don't want 5 yards of this. This makes me sad. Not 5 yards. Not 5 yards. And I've had this before. Can you tell my mood has dropped significantly? I am going to say to him, I didn't say I wanted 5 yards of a whole bunch of stuff. Just those 3 prints that I showed you. Oh my God, I just want this to be over. 5 yards of this. You know, I don't hate it, but again, I didn't love this enough to say I'll take 5 yards of that. And I don't think I got 5 yards. Oh, I see one of the prints. And not 5 yards. And I really loved this one. I'm looking at it there. See? I loved that. Maybe it's good that I don't get 5 yards of the stuff I like, because some other people will be like, what the hell are you gonna do with that? So sad. And this isn't even continuous. I like continuous so I can, you know, pull fabrics that I know have the same amount of fabric, and I don't know. It's, oh my God. How did this all fall apart? Let me get some more. No. 5 yards of this. I'm just so not into this kind of blue, and oh my God. This I can live with. I'm so sad. You can't even imagine. It just like, you know, I dish out a lot of money for fabric, a lot, and the shipping and all that. I know it's convenient for me that I don't have to do the shopping, but it just sucks, major big suckage, that I don't get to pick the prints and that shit like this happens. I'm sad. I think I've said that enough times now. Let's finish this. Let's wrap it up. Not 5 yards. Not 5 yards. This would be good in the Christmas mix. Not 5 yards, but very poorly folded. I love this. So, see, one of the prints that I wanted was paisley, and I didn't get any of it. This is it, folks. Oh, my God. All right, so let me talk a few minutes about something that I get asked about all the time, because I need to get my mind off what I just went through. And that box is empty. Oh, so I won't say it. All right, I get asked often, even now, even though it's hard to ask me things, who my supplier is, where I get this fabric. I'm not telling you. Plain and simple, and there's a lot of reasons why. First of all, there's no need to tell you. He doesn't have an online website at all, obviously, or else I would be picking prints, and you have to buy in bulk. You have to have a resale certificate, and I'm sure some of you who are watching do. And but the thing is I don't want to put that out there because some people are complete assholes and could just bombard him with all kinds of questions or say things even about me to him. I just don't need that. I don't need that. So I would imagine that most anyone who wants to buy fabric from him would be hoping to be able to shop online, but you can't. You'd have to go into the store, and most of you don't, I'm sure, live anywhere near there, as I don't. So that's why I don't mention it. So if you have a certificate, and if you sell fabric, if you really want to get in on this wholesaler, you can let me know, and I can pass on the info to you, but it can't be done online, because like I said, I just don't want people bugging him for no good reason. And there are assholes in this world who would do that just to try to mess things up for me or whatever, so I'm just not going there. If you are shopping wholesale, be careful. I have looked for so many who promise wholesale prices, and I go through all the steps to apply, show them my certificate, all that stuff, my website, how much I do in sales, and how much I plan on spending, what my budget is, all that shit to get accepted, only to find out that the prices are ridiculously high. I mean, some of the prices, I can just go to a fabric store and spend less per yard. And every other wholesaler I have reached out to, you have to buy the entire bolt. I have zero interest in that, especially at a high price. I'm not kidding. I just went through all of this a few days ago with a wholesaler, and I don't get to see anything in advance. I go through all the steps. I finally get in, and I'm starting to look at fabrics, and they were $6 per yard for things that were not even fantastic. $6 per yard is outrageous. Outrageous. What am I supposed to sell that for after everything? It's like, that's crazy. I have to buy an entire bolt, a minimum bolt size of 15 yards. So that's a whole lot of money sunk into one print. And you have to spend $200, and there was hardly anything to choose from. And I let them know that I was embarrassed that I didn't ask questions first. I'm like, I should have explained to you what my current wholesaler does for me before I went through all this. And she was like, oh, well, they must sell, older stuff. And it's like, yeah, they do. I'm sure that he gets a lot of stuff like my store Martin's does that's salvage and surplus. I don't mind that at all, because a lot of times people like those prints because they've seen them before, but they can't get them now. So I just was very discouraged. But every wholesaler I have reached out to, you have to buy a full bolt at a time. You have to spend a certain amount of money per order. Some are as low as $100. That's very doable if you're in the fabric business. But who wants bolts unless you have a store? But if you're stocking your shelves in an actual store, or you want bolts of fabric, you want to pay rock bottom prices. It's $6 a yard was a joke. And like I said, it wasn't anything sensational. And I had this one other one that she said, well, we can put some, leftovers together for you. Leftovers, remnants, but they're all various sizes. So that doesn't work for me, because I like to create lots with a lot of sets per lot. And I couldn't pick the prints. And I was like, no. And I had to spend a lot. And I was like, no, thank you. So I just wanted to tell you guys, that's why I don't tell you who my supplier is, because you wouldn't be able to shop, and, unless you live right next door to this place. And even if you can shop, you have to spend a lot of money, and you're not going to know what you're getting. I don't think too many people want to say to him, I'd like something with some hearts and some paint. He's not going to go around and take pictures of all his fabric. He's too busy for that. It's very hard to get your hands on a good wholesaler. When I was making my tunics full-time way back, I used to get some of the tapestries off eBay because I had no source for that. And I used to buy quite often from this one person. And, you know, I would ask some people, do you know a wholesaler for this, or where do you get the... They don't tell. But I had this one woman that I used to buy stuff from, and I asked her, I said, she would lose my business, but, you know, I wasn't spending like a lot. She was nice. She told me. I told her, I make tunics with this. I says, and I really would love to get my hands on, you know, cheaper than this. And she said, I tell you what, she said, I will tell you, my wholesaler, if you promise that you don't just sell the tapestries, the India tapestries. And I said, I promise you I won't. I says, I'm just using the fabric to make tunics. So she told me. That was a long time ago, and I'm still with them. So it's, you know, it's nice when you can finally get your hands on a wholesaler. So you can ask other sellers who their wholesaler is, and, you know, just ask in a nice way. Tell them what you plan on doing. And even if you were to buy from me, because you know what? It's something I'm considering. It's something that I'm considering selling in bulk, but at a lower price than like 95% of the wholesalers out there, and encourage you guys to resell the fabric. There's plenty of room for all of us who want to sell fabric. I have never discouraged that. It's not that I don't want competition. I love that. You know, I have a very good feel for how hard it is to find a variety of fabric in smaller cuts and not have it be an outrageous price, and, you know, have it be cheaper than what somebody buys in a store, so that you can cut, do what you want, and resell it. So I am thinking about that. And it would also be, you know, nice for my wholesaler, because I would buy more from him, because I would just resell it. I would cut, because I don't want to be selling 2 yards, 1 yard. I would like people to be able to get a variety. And, you know, it's just something I'm thinking about. I don't know why I think of such things, because I really have very limited time for what I do right now. But that would almost free up my time if I increased my fabric sales that way. There's less work for me, because I either have to just cut half yards or something like that. I'm not cutting little squares. So at least keep an eye out for that. And if you're looking for a wholesaler, I can at least sell at wholesale prices. And if you think the prices would be too high, go check out some wholesalers. Yeah, it's very discouraging to try to find fabric like this. And you have to buy a full bolt. I'm not interested in that at all. I don't even want 5 yards of something. You've witnessed that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I will be back with more soon. Bye.